Hey, if you're thinking about becoming a freelancer and starting online and you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to get out there in the internet world and start making money because you're sick of your 9 to 5 job or you're sick of whatever you're doing right now, maybe some other gig that you have isn't making enough money. There's some things I want that you should know. And just first and foremost, just know that it's not easy. There's going to be a lot of work involved and you're really going to have to apply yourself and you got to have the right mindset. And I think like with that being said, the number one thing that you're going to have to get in place is your mindset. There's going to be days where it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You're going to have a lot of work to do. And then are you going to be able to keep going? Are you the type of person that can push through adversity? Can you still, push forward when you're not making any money? If deals aren't coming in, what if you have some bad customers who want their money back or they're not happy or satisfied with what you've been doing? I mean, how do you handle these things, right? And the other thing too is, I mean, you got to think about how much money you actually want to make, because does it make sense for you to leave your 9 to 5 job where you have, if you're in a 9 to 5 job, does it make sense to leave that job security and move away and actually, start a freelancing business? Now, with that being said, I mean, I think like my best tip for you, if you do have a 9 to 5 job, is start your freelancing business side gig on the side, right? So you try to get deals, try to get jobs, and then you work on them like when you're not at work, obviously, right? So that means you're probably working nights, you're probably working weekends. The thing is, it can be very demanding. Like sometimes you might get a lot of work and you're going to need to be able to handle that. So you might have to make sacrifices. You might have to like forego going out with your friends. You might have to, put time off with family, and you might have to like actually put in the work. And like if you don't, then what if your job delivers late? What if the work that you did just isn't even good? And then so people won't even, they won't leave you a good review, which is going to be your lifeblood. Okay, everything. Let me just tell you right now, everything online is all about reviews these days. They can go get the same work that you're going to do from somebody else, right? If you don't have good reviews, this is really going to be hard for you, especially if somebody gives you a bad review. So keep that in mind going forward. Those are some of the top tips, is like your mindset. And I'll say this. So one of the biggest things that I do at home is definitely I work on my mindset. I do a lot of reading, I do writing, and I work out. So I definitely do a lot of workouts. So, and then let me just grab this right now. Yeah, so I mean, this is a look at the home office. So, I mean, I have like the workout bench. You can see the bench over there, my weights. I work out every I work out every single day. That's such a big part of running a business, being a freelancer. Make sure your space is good at home, because you're gonna want to. It's got to be a good place for you to work. Like up there, I have like my goals and my ideal customer, and things like that. On the flip side of that board is like tasks for the day, some motivational stuff on the wall there, some important stuff that I use right there as far as building sales funnels and certain standards that we use in most of the funnels, stuff like that. So make sure your space is good. Make sure you like your home space. Keep it clean. My pillows are a little jacked up right now, but that's okay. Everything's clean. I just got that big shoe rack because I was tired of the shoes everywhere. I mean, this is a 2 bedroom apartment. There's my little dining room, kitchen area. It's me and my daughter here. But I mean, this is the life. So I spend most of my time here. Luckily, I have an outside view. I can go out on the balcony there. But just think about your home space. That's another thing. So it's like your mindset is going to be: are you going to go crazy if you're working at home all the time? Like, oh, you're like, oh, you know what? I want to go to the coffee shop. But to tell you the truth, the coffee shop is kind of loud. Like a lot of times I go there, I'm like, I can't work because it's so loud and so distracting. So just keep those things in mind. If you're going to start freelancing, you got to have a nice place to work. That's definitely going to be important. And plus, I mean, honestly, like I get a little crazy just working at home all the time. But I mean, these are my personal tips. I'm going to go over a couple other ones, but I want to show you some things that I found online that do or do not make sense. So let's go check that out. Okay, so here we are back on Google. I wanted to, see what was out there. So how to start a freelancing business. This is what we Googled right here. Doesn't get a whole ton of volume there, 320 searches a month roughly. But I thought this was good. These 10 steps. Anyways, the first six was define your goals. Yeah, like what are you doing? What are you even doing here? Why are you starting a freelancing business? How far do you want to take this? What do you want to do in the next month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, right? I would definitely like figure that out, plan that out, because once you have that goal in place, it's going to drive all your activity from there, and really going to push you in your marketing, because I can't stress this enough. When you want to grow a freelancing business, you're going to have to do some marketing, right? You're going to have to learn how to be a marketer, and there's just nothing you can do about it. You're going to have to learn how to do that. That's the day and age that we're in. Find a profitable niche. Now, yes, you want to be profitable, but I would also say, like, just figure out what you want to do. And then if you're dedicated to your craft, then you'll figure out how to market yourself. It's all about the marketing, right? And then, I help people with this all the time. I help people like figure it out. How are you going to market yourself? How do you build how do you build your product, right? Like, so one thing I love doing is building a digital product. And anybody with any business, any niche can build a digital product to put in the front end of their business to generate leads and sales, to identify people that want to pay them at a higher rate for, their expert service. And then the other thing, all right, technical difficulties, playing around. So identify your target client. Like, that's going to be huge. You want to know exactly who you want to sell to. When I first started, I didn't know who I wanted to sell to. I was just trying to make sales, right? So I was like, oh, I'm a funnel builder. I can build and click funnels, and that's what I did in my gig profile. But then I realized I didn't like the type of client that I was working with. And as I grew, I made improvements and started getting better and charging more. And eventually I got to work with my ideal client, some people that pay, a high consulting fee to me. And then if everything goes well, then I do a job for them on the back end. So they pay me for my time to have a conversation with them, basically point them in the right direction. And honestly, it took me a little time to get there. I wish I knew this when I first started, because I would have went right for that client to begin with. So you have to really figure out who you want to work with. Set strategic prices for your services. Yes, this is kind of like the same thing. You want to like basically, the one thing you could be a commodity where you just try to, become the lowest price bidder against everyone else that's on the freelancing sites. But honestly, what I would do is figure out how you're going to stand out from the crowd and maybe charge a little bit more, like where you can charge a little bit more so you stand out. And that's definitely going to be the best way to go. If you just try to go for the lowest price, you just become a commodity. You're like milk or eggs or gas, like whatever, right? Commodity. And it's not the best way to go. So I would really like definitely put more effort into, standing out from the crowd and becoming a little bit different and differentiating yourself. That's the key. Build a high quality portfolio website. Yeah, you could have a website. You can have with a sales funnel. I think that would make a lot of sense. And then let's see what other items they have. So let's go check out the site. All right, so cool. I can move my head over here now. Okay. So 10 steps. Define your goals. Find a profitable niche. Create examples of what you can deliver. Yes, your portfolio. Thoroughly choose your first clients, or thoughtfully. Mention potential clients in your content. Learn how to pitch yourself. Don't mix your day job priorities with freelancing business. That's true. So that's what I was saying before is like, number 10, don't mix your day job priorities with freelancing, with your freelance business. Like, you're going to have to work. And when you're working, like, you can't work on your freelance business. So like what you have to do is, obviously you're gonna have to work those long nights. You're gonna have to pull those weekends. You're gonna have to forego going out with your friends, or maybe even going out with family and stuff like that, like, because you have to get the work done. So really think about that. There was this other article by Upwork, the Upwork, that I wanted to go over because I really like what they have to say here. So they have 5 ways to get more business through marketing. Network with potential clients. Yes, you want to network with your potential clients. I think that's pretty obvious. Anybody that you think might want your services, yes, definitely network with them. Engage in community discussions. So this is going to be a big one. I think this is really important. You can engage in community discussions, like on social media platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook groups. But the thing is, like, as you're engaging, like, you just want to offer value. You don't want to say, hey, I'm a freelancer. Why don't you come buy my services? Come on over here and buy my services. Like, no, don't do that. What you want to do is just offer value. So they see you as an expert, right? So when you offer value and you're not looking for anything in return, they say, hey, oh, Nick's been really great. He's been really hitting the mark on this, been giving us a lot of value on how to increase our sales, or how to improve our graphic design, or, how to do some video editing for YouTube or stuff like that, right? You're offering value. You're like, hey, I know how to do these things, but let me tell you how to do it for free. And then they're like, oh, Nick's an expert. Actually, this is a little bit too much for us. I think we need to hire somebody. Who do we know that's an expert? Remember, Nick was given all that value. Let's go work with Nick. or, obviously you. Effective effectively use freelancer platforms. 100%. I think you should put your gig, your profile on, open up a profile on all the freelancing sites. This is a mistake that I made. And I wish I had done this at first. When I first started, I would have built the profile on all the sites to start with, so that I could, have more potential, because it takes time to get momentum, right? So when you start out, you're not going to get anything. It's going to be like crickets. All right, and you really have to do your work to get started. But once you get started, they start rolling in. So I wish that I started at the same time across all the platforms, and that way, as I build my momentum, they all build, right? And then then it really got some momentum. And you have to look at the platforms like your salespeople. Those are your salespeople. Each one, yes, you have to pay a salesperson, just like you have to pay these freelancing sites when they get the job for you, right? So once the deal is closed and you get some money, the freelancing site's going to take a little cut before they give you the money. Highly recommend that you just build out your profile on all the different sites, because they're going to help you. Just a quick look at mine. Yep. So here's my profile. Let me move my head out of the way. Just some quick branding. I just, brand everything the same, even though I have different options here. This is all on Fiverr. And then if and actually when I build all my profiles out on the other freelancing websites, I'm going to use all the same branding. I'll use that blue. I'll use the same picture, just all of it, right? I mean, one, it saves you time because you don't have to make new creatives. I already have them done. And then two, it's branding, right? So if people jump around, they're like, oh, hey, there's Nick again, So he's back over here. Advertise your services, number 4. That definitely doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do that at first. You need to build your business before you start advertising, because advertising can run over budget real quick. So I definitely would not even worry about that when you're first starting. Cold contact potential clients. Yes, you could do that. It's basically sales. You're learning sales. You're learning cold calling techniques. So that's definitely something you're gonna have to learn. Marketing, right? So you're gonna have to learn that. Invest in professional development. 100% invest in professional development. Actually, what I do, I use Fiverr Learn. There's I don't know where it is right now. So I use Fiverr Learn as a great spot that you can learn some things. 100% invest in professional development. What's great about professional development is that you're learning, which is good. So you improve your skill, which you can offer more value and get paid more. But then you can also use what you've learned to market yourself. So you can be like, oh, I just learned graphic design, this cool new graphic design tip. It's going to help you, get more customers, or it's been proven to convert better, get more eyes on it, get more clicks. And then you can teach that to people on your on your social media, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever. And then that's again how people will start to see you as an expert, because you're offering all that value. The good thing about Fiverr is that they have a whole Fiverr Learn. They have a whole Fiverr, they have a whole development part where it's called Fiverr Learn. And then what they do is they'll give you a course. You buy the course, pay for the course, then they give you a badge. So the badge goes on your seller profile on Fiverr, so people can see you, see that oh, they have the badge. They've obviously gone through the training. They'll see that as high value, and then Fiverr also will help promote you, because you're hey, they took our course, so take a look at this person. They'll promote you more. And I'll put the link in the description if you want to check out Fiverr Learn. Their stuff's really cool. Let me just do this real quick. Learn.Fiverr. I think that's it. Yeah, here it is. So you can come here. The courses aren't too bad. Marketing, graphic design, websites, writing, business, all these programs. They do offer money back guarantees on these too. So you get a 30-day money back guarantee if the course wasn't what you thought it was. And then you can go through, you can watch the intro video, and there's a little preview. So you can go check that out. Like I said, link is in the description if you want to go check that out. Build your brand. I think I just went over that, building your brand, having all the same, just use the same creatives and use that everywhere. Choose your niche. I hope you kind of choose, have already chosen your niche right before you get it, before you start thinking about freelancing. I definitely wouldn't be I want to be a freelancer. And then what am I going to do? I guess you could, but honestly, you should have some sort of skill set with you before you start doing this. So I hope and I hope it's something that you like, right? If you don't like it, you should just stay at your job, I think. I don't know. Just my thoughts. get your systems and processes in place. Here's a big one, right? So when it comes to your systems, like as you grow and you grow into a business, you're gonna need to have systems in place where you can you basically put other people to work for you, like other contractors, other subcontractors. And then you also want like some sort of automation, like maybe your emails are on automation. You want to have, here's the biggest thing, right? You want to have the system in place for your team, but you also want to have, as a business, as you grow, you want to have a continuity program, something that it gives you money every single month. Like every single month it comes back, you get paid again, you get paid again. Just like, so basically what you're doing is you're offering a service or a membership, and so the customer is paying every single month, and you don't have to do any extra work for that payment that comes in every single month. Now, a good way to do that is like with maybe affiliate marketing, or like, for instance, I'm an affiliate with ClickFunnels. So if some of my customers come over and they open up a ClickFunnels account with me, they pay a fee every month to ClickFunnels, but then ClickFunnels in return pays me a fee for bringing them in. So that's one way to build a continuity program. You could also have your own like continuity, like membership or service that you offer once a month, but you really want to have something that's not like you trading time for money every single month or every single time they pay, right? Do you know what I mean? Like if you don't have continuity, you don't have a business. I hope that makes sense. Practice your pitch. Yeah, you definitely want to practice your pitch. Do excellent work. Yes, of course. So it's all going to lead to your reviews, and your reviews are going to be everything. Ask your customer for referrals. Definitely would do that. Increase rates. Yes, there's come a time and a place to increase your rates. Like when I first started, I started at $5, and every time I got a new order, I would bump it up to 10, or I would double it to 20. And then you'll kind of find that threshold where like it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. But yeah, increase your rates, and then offer additional services. Yes, offer additional services because like for instance, like let's say you're a graphic designer, somebody gets a design from you, and then you can offer like a little order bump, like additional service. Be like, hey, do you want me to build out your social media kit for that, or a branding kit for that? Like where they give you like flyers and then social media images, cover photos, and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's just extra money that you get on top of already creating the design. Right. So you want to have those extra services, or maybe you have a consulting service that you can offer for a much higher price after they come in for like a simple thing. Right. So they start at like, here, I'm going to pay you $50 for this. Be like, oh, well, we have this other service and it's 500, but we help you out for the whole month or something like that. Develop ongoing long-term partnerships for sure. Definitely want like ongoing partnerships, returning customers, things like that. Whatever you can do to build your relationships. It's a forever practice, right? It's never just a one and done. Like you're building your business, and it's always. And I hope that like really made sense. I put some links down in the description. Like there's going to be the Fiverr Learn down there. Also, think about coming over to our Facebook group. The link's down there, Freelancer Secrets. We go over a lot of training in there, a lot of stuff I covered here. We're going to go more in depth in the group. I just want to see, I want people to come over that are serious, interested in growing their freelancing business. We're going to go over some affiliate marketing techniques and strategies, which is basically just marketing. But you really want to learn affiliate marketing. I think it's one of the best things for freelancers is to be able to, like I said, build that continuity program where people are paying you every single month, and you don't have to do any extra work, right? So like maybe if I want to take the week off, it's like, oh, it's okay because I got some income coming in from my affiliate program, so that'll be okay. If you have any questions, like if I missed anything or something came up, definitely put that down below in the comments. And there's also a checklist down there. So I put together, it's for freelancers, the freelancer marketing hacks for Fiverr. If you're interested in opening up an account on Fiverr, it's just like a checklist, a mini training that I put together. You can go ahead and grab that. It's free. Other than that, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.